Yeah, welcome to Podcast with Triple Me. Here with me is Joy Eno.
Tom.
Joy Eno Tom gift something. So here with me is Joy Tom. You're welcome, ma.
Thank you, sir.
Over to you, ma.
Thank you, sir.
What are we talking about today?
Thank you, sir.
Start now.
Allow me now.
Okay, over to you.
Good day, everybody. Welcome back to Podcast with Triple Me. And first of all, I'll start. Want to apologize for not being consistent. For not
Both
being
of us.
For not
We
being
are sorry.
Allow me to talk.
Sorry.
For not being consistent with the podcast due to some, technical and other issues. We'll not be consistent, but we promise that this year, 2025, will be a different year. Consistency is the key.
Yeah.
And then serving you is our primary objective.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us here.
Thank you very much.
Back up. So today, we're talking on a very interesting topic, and we're talking about serving and glorifying God in different areas of our lives, especially career-wise and talent-wise.
So, we're talking about how you can actually use your skills, your talents, your those gifts that you have, how to actually use them to actually glorify God instead of always channeling it to maybe being a pastor or a chorister or whatever it is. But even you being a carpenter, even you being a shoemaker, whatever gifts and talents that God has given you, you can actually use to glorify God. So that is what we're talking about today. Yeah.
So, welcome back. As I said, we're talking about using our gifts and talents to please the Lord and to glorify God.
Yeah.
Some people think that the only way you can glorify God is when you're a pastor or when you're a chorister or when you're an usher in the church. It's only whatever you do in the church is the only thing you can use to glorify God. But then they're actually wrong. You can glorify God in different ways. A footballer can glorify God with his career. A bank manager can glorify God with his career. A doctor can glorify God with his career. In as much as what you are doing is not pleasing the devil, you're glorifying God. You have connectivity with God in different ways. Not only when you're in church or when you're praying or when you're ministering or whatever, that you can have that connectivity with God. But your career, what you do, your occupation is another thing. Okay, now let's talk to our Mr. Triple himself. As we know, he does music. But aside music, he does videography, video editing, and stuff like that. So now I'll ask you, what is it? Is this specimen we'll use as specimen for this topic? Don't be offended.
Okay.
As a specimen for this topic. Now, aside your music.
Side music.
So do you feel the presence of God when you're shooting music video or movie or you're editing your videos? Do you feel the presence of God? How does it? Like, is there any connection? Why you're taking photographs?
Yeah, of course. When you actually, like she said, aside of music, as a producer, like when I get to produce for other people too, and when I get to go and shoot content or I'm invited to produce some video content for people, I feel the presence of God in the sense that it's my calling. It's something that I'm called to do. So it's not me just choosing to, I want to be a photographer and I start doing it. You get? It's something that I'm called into. Okay, I think I'm using this calling. It's confusing a lot of people out there. Growing up, when you discover a particular thing that you tend to excel very well, you tend to prosper while doing it. Definitely, that is what you are called to do. So I realized that though not too early in my first 2 days, and I pushed it. I know many people that are watching this video out there have encountered me helping them with their group work or something. That's around the time I started, when I was even using phone to do those things. So I was committed about it. It was that commitment that made this this successful, or brought more people into the production I did. Brought more people into like inviting me to help them do their productions and stuff. So it was that commitment that I put myself, because I've told God that, okay, this is what I'm doing and I'm doing it for you. It's through that commitment that it's taking me to different places.
So, will you say doing videography, doing photo shoot and everything, it gives you this sense of fulfillment and connectivity?
Yeah, actually, because I know that I'm not just doing it for myself, and I know that the gift or skill that I have, I did not just learn it on YouTube and here and there, or I did not just learn it, or somebody was teaching me that. I discovered it along the journey of my life, and it's something that I now have passion for. And I definitely know it's not just by my power, it's by God's grace. So me doing it is also glorifying God, like allowing myself to actually do this. I've met different people now, and I see that they are talented in so things, but they are not doing anything with it. Those people don't know that it's not because of whatever their passion or whatever their mind wants them to do, or whatever they feel like doing. It's whatever God has actually placed inside of you. That's what you do. If you notice that you have a very good voice, you know how to sing or something, and you're not actually singing, you're not actually sending the message across to people using that specific gift that God has given you, you're actually wasting that talent. You're trying to tell God that what you gave me is not really useful, so I don't need it or something. So when I discovered that part of me, of not even the singing part now, of knowing how to shoot videos, produce songs, produce content, video contents, do live streams and all, when I noticed that I'm actually good at these things, that God has actually given me that talent and skills to be able to do these things efficiently, that's what I make sure that I am doing. And doing those things is indirectly pleasing God, because you are telling that, oh yeah, this talent, this gift you are giving me, that is the part, like that is what I want to use them to glorify you. So using them is actually glorifying God, because it is not your own man's skill, it is God's skill inside of you. So using it is just as how pastors are preaching, that's just what you are doing exactly. You're actually using your skills, your gift to glorify God. Yeah.
So that's very, very true. Whatever you do, you're also preaching at the same time. So I've come across content creators that will always tell you that do videos, and according to them they're doing it for God. But then when some certain issues come up, they criticize and they talk down about Christians and every other thing. While you see some of them, they're fashion designers, then your fashion brand is not even glorifying God in any way. I know that, okay, there's quest for money, which is to have a stable life.
Yeah.
But then if whatever you're doing is going to make you derail, don't do it. Let me use an example of a music producer just like him. If a person wants to come and record the song or something, and then the song that the person wants to record, for sure is not glorifying God, will you, as a person, will you record that song because of the money or something? Will you record the song, or will you say it's nothing, I'm not the one singing it, it's not singing it, so there's nothing, doesn't concern me, I'll just record it? Will you do it?
As a producer, we have so many kinds of producer. Some people generally they just do production for business. Even if you see them enter into, like, even if you see them as a producer, they sing and they are being featured in some of the people they produce for, and all their mindset is not just, okay, this is my calling, this is my stand. The mindset is not that. That is just business, make money and stuff. Those are some kind of producers. While some kind of producers, they specify on, this is the kind of genre I produce, this is the kind of music I produce. Some people don't even produce. There are some producers that strictly don't produce for gospel artists. There are producers like that. There are producers that strictly produce for gospel only. But I am a gospel artist, and as a producer, I'm always a gospel artist, and I know where my faith stand. I don't just produce for anybody. I don't just produce for anybody at all. I produce for people that have the same alignment with my faith. It may not be the same calling or the same condition that I have, but as long as it's aligning with my faith and belief, these are the kind of people I produce for. No matter the kind of genre, actually. Some people can sing in amapiano, some people can sing in Afrobeat, some people can sing in those slow kind of worship. But as long as your lyrics, your inspiration, the horror that you are given has that same alignment. So definitely that is the kind of people I produce for as a producer. That is my own kind of. So this is not just business wise. Yes, we have the business aspect, but specifically, yeah, that's kind of people I produce for.
So, just as yes, we have different producers. The one for money, the one that wants to glorify God. I've seen, like I was saying before, I've seen fashion designers and the dresses they make for their clients, and they just say it's for the money, it's none of my business. This is the. And at the same time, when you go to church, you preach about indecent and modest dressing. But then when your clients come to you and gives you a particular style, you saw it as a fashion designer for money. It's not for faith. I'm not the one wearing it, so it's none of your business. But you don't know that at that point when your clients come to you for a particular thing, and that you know that okay, if you deliver this, it will not bring glory to the name of the Lord. So why don't you tell the client, no, I can't give you this? Then give the client an option. Mind you, note that it is not only in church. I'm still emphasizing on that. It is not only in church you can preach to somebody. You can preach to somebody in your workplace. With your attitude, with your integrity, you can preach to someone. If as a fashion designer, your client comes with a dress that is not, a style that is not modest for you to sew for the person, and you said no, I cannot do it, it's against my Christian faith. Or it is not, okay, maybe you don't want to go through, let me see, some people say it's the churchy way. You don't want to go the churchy way. You can tell the person, no, this thing is not good, this is so revealing, why don't you do it this way? There's a reason why God gave you that gift of fashion. He gave it because so that when the person comes with something that is not decent, you can improvise that same style, but in a very decent manner. You can improvise it. So don't think, okay, this style is totally impossible. Or if the style probably is totally impossible with a decent manner, why don't you give the person a better style that is decent? Instead of giving to the person and telling the person, oh, it's just for money, so you don't care. And then, but you, as a designer yourself, you're dressing decently, you're covering up your body, you go out, you look good and all, but then your client is now looking like, you understand what I mean? So goes for different careers. Knows that as a Christian in your various area of your career, you can actually please God. As a footballer, you don't have to join them to take drugs, you don't have to join them to do the things they do, the art and all. You can actually play your football the way you want to do, you want to play it. A fashion designer, you don't have to sew what your client wants. It is okay to say no to a client. You lost that particular client, but you gained your integrity and your stand before God. That is what is very, very important. So, if your client wants this and you say no and the client leaves, God will give you another client that will listen to you. As far as you're all about heaven's agenda, that is the most important thing. The banker, or whatever you do, music producer, videographer, whatever you do, make sure that whatever you do is aligned with God's plan and God's view for mankind. Remember, your ministry is not limited to church, but revolves around you. Your career, even as a student, doesn't end there.
Okay, so that's it for this our session, and it was a wonderful time. I must say, it was a wonderful time. Abby?
Yes, it was.
So you've learned a lot from today's podcast series. We promise to bring you more podcast series and more interesting topics. Interesting topics. So we are sorry once again for not being consistent. Don't mind our background. soon it to still be changed.
be upgraded.
To be upgraded, yeah. So I want you to subscribe. Don't forget to leave your comments, your suggestions,
And share.
what you think about this topic today. Yeah, and share to your friends, those people that really need to hear this. Yeah, and I think it will help them.
Definitely, it's welcome.
Yeah, so that is it from us. Round up now. This is our host.
I don't want to go.
You don't want to go. 20 minutes. You don't want to
So, thank you very much for having us. Please do not forget, worshiping God, pleasing God is not only in church.
Yeah.
It's everywhere you go. Everything you do has to please God. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.